Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Fifi and please click that subscribe button and become a part of my community. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. We are doing a sit down, guys. This afternoon I've decided to actually film this video. A lot of you have asked me to do debriefs of my travels. So yeah, this is my debrief of this travel. I think I did something similar for the Lesotho video, but I'm gonna do this one for our recent trip that we took to Port Alfred with my friend. I'm just gonna take you guys through costs, how was the experience, etc., because I feel like I owe it to you guys. That trip was definitely one of the best, but I wasn't able to vlog much because the person that I was traveling with, I think I said this in the vlog, the person that I was traveling with, which is my friend, is very, very private, but also we hadn't seen each other in a very long time, so I wanted to spend a lot of time with her. Also, she's not used to me vlogging, so like there was just the logistics were just they were just so I've got my book, we cover that. I've got my book where I've just made a couple of notes, so if you see me looking down just know that I've got my notes here. I've also got myself a glass of, but I'm going to put it on the side so that it's not destructive. So this video, I'm going to tell it from my POV and my overall experience, but just include certain things that she also picked up. But yeah, this is not about her. This is about me. And let me actually get right into it. So we booked Port Alfred. So how this trip came about, a little story time. Actually not. All you need to know is that this trip has been in the making for a very, very, very long time. So I did mention that she was coming from Cape Town. She lives in Cape Town and we wanted a central place. Initially, we wanted to drive to a central place. That's how we decided on Eastern Cape, because it's mostly central from if you're coming from Cape Town or if you're coming from Joburg. And I say Joburg because, but anyway. So yeah, that's how we decided on Eastern Cape, and we looked at all the nice lodges in Eastern Cape, and Oceana was the one that really stood out for us, and that's why we chose it. So first things first is that I flew from OR Tambo to East London. I don't remember what my return flight was, how much my return flight was. My return flights were, I think it was like 2,000 rands. Also, guys, just as a tip, I would advise you to please, like, as soon as you guys decide on a trip or you decide you're going somewhere, book that flight. Because so the flights will go up. Also, there is something called cookies. So the more you check the flights, the more the algorithm tells the people that you are trying to get this flight, and so by the time you go back, it will be more than what you had seen initially. Fine. So traveled to East London. So when we got, I'm fast forwarding, right? When we got to where we were going, we met this elderly couple. I don't even want to say elderly, but like this old couple who were also from East London, and they were like, you guys should have flown into PE and drove from PE instead of East London. But when I checked, the distance from East London to Port Alfred is actually the closest than PE. They are not that different. I think from PE it's about 1 hour 50 minutes, whereas from East London is 1 hour 30 minutes or 40 minutes, something like that. But yeah, I'll put everything on the screen if I'm misspeaking. So got to East London, we booked a car. I'll put the price of how much it was for the duration of our trip, which was 3 days 2 nights. Also with rentals, they only charge you per day. They don't care whether you're sleeping or not. They charge you per day. And I think for what we had was we had 200 kilometers per day, so in total 600 kilometers, which was more than what we needed because we just needed to get to the place. We were not going to be gallivanting around. Cool. And then the nice thing about Oceania is that check-in is at 1. I love it. If they can make it 12, even better. But yeah, we stopped at Gunumbi in East London. I was saying we stopped at Gunumbi in East London to grab some brunch, and we took forever. We took forever, and we wanted to check in at 1, but I think we got there at like past 2, which I wasn't happy with because already like they were rushing us. You guys wanted lunch, So the costs that you guys are going to hear me talk about are inclusive. So they have a SADC special on their website for everybody that lives in the SADC region, and if I'm not mistaken, it's if you're traveling before October, something along those lines, but I'll put it on the screen as well. So we booked the lodge suite, which was 2,900 and some change, which was the one that it's inside the lodge, so it's not like outside. Initially we were like, because the prices are really bad, guys. Like for me, that price, that 2,900 is per person. So yeah, initially we were like, these prices are too much, but they are all inclusive. So they included breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They also included soft drinks and like as many game drives as you possibly can, as well as a picnic by the ocean, by the beach. What else did it include? Yeah, the only thing it excluded was things like if you wanted to use the spa, something like that, as well as the alcoholic beverages were not included. However, I loved this place so much because they allow you to bring your own beverages. So if you do have a preference in beverage, because they don't have a big bar, so you can bring your own beverages. And the nice thing is that you can actually ask them to bring the beverages to the table when you're having your lunches, your dinners and stuff. At first we were scared to do it because we didn't think that was allowed. But they were like, can we fetch your drink from the room and bring it to the table? And that was a surprise to me. But yeah, as you would have seen, please, if you haven't watched that vlog, please go watch the vlog. I see the numbers are not doing well, but I love that vlog. Anyway, the following day, we moved to the pool suite, which is a little bit more expensive than the lodge suite. It's about 4,800 and some change per person per night. Woo! Also, guys, we don't have money. Please don't ask us for money. Like I said in the beginning of this video, we have been planning this trip for a long time, so we saved up for this trip. But yeah, the pool suite was a little bit more, but it was totally worth it. When I tell you that the floors are heated, mama, the views, the pool itself, the baby tang, mang mang pool, that pool is heated. The lay bed is just at the right place. Honestly, if we had money, we would have booked that suite for the entire duration. But money was not, I want to tell it, guys, the economy is real and it is what it is. So each of the rooms had a coffee station with your normal coffee things. But the coffee in the rooms is not that great. And then the other thing that was really nice about this place is that they allow you to have your meals in the room at no extra cost. So everybody will come, set up the table. It will be nice. And yeah, so that's what we did on the second night. We had our dinner in the room. The day that we were checking out, we also had our breakfast in the room. So they've got game drives. So the game drives are on a daily at, I think it's 4:00, and it's a 2-hour game drive. On the game drive, they provide you with snacks, biltong, nuts, You're more than welcome to bring your own drinks. They also have drinks on the game drive, and they do have alcoholic beverages on the game drive. I don't know if they charge that because we didn't have any alcohol, Tina, on our thingy. On the game drive, we only had like juices and stuff. So the game drive is daily at 10:00 after breakfast and at 4, I think, because the lunch is at 3. Now here is the kick. The one thing that I absolutely enjoyed on our trip, guys, the chef deserves an increase because the food was 10. Everything was yummy from the day that we arrived. From the lunch, because we arrived at during lunchtime, we had the lunch, we had the dinner, like everything was yum. Okay, yeah, I think my lamb shank on the first night was a little bit on the dry side and also just slightly salty, but like I wouldn't give it like a, it wasn't that bad. But the food, absolutely amazing. And guys, like when I tell you this place gives luxury treatment, the service from you entering the gate to them assisting you with your bags and luxury, like they take their work seriously. The service was amazing. The welcome drinks, all of those things, like they just put a cherry on top. And honestly, you don't need anything when you're there. The only thing that we sort of beat ourselves for not bringing was like snacks, like chips and stuff. But they provided us with like a welcome snack plate, which has literally biltongs, nuts and stuff. It didn't have chips, but it did have biltong and stuff. Oh, and the other thing is that all their meals are 3 course. All of them, from breakfast to dinner. I probably came back with an extra kilo or something like that, because everything was starter, main, and dessert. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because on the dessert side, they do have sweets, like I think there was ice cream and I don't have a sweet tooth, but there's also option of you having a cheese platter as a dessert. So we would take that to the room. Most of the times we didn't finish our food. I feel bad because in my house, when my son does not finish his food, I'm always like, Kulima, you need to finish your food. But here I am on holiday, not finishing my food. And every time they come to our room, there's like plates on plates on plates on plates. But guys, overall, I give this place an 11 out of 10. The only thing that I'm faulting them, okay, I'm giving them, let me give them a 9 out of 10. Ne? And the reason why they're not getting a 10 out of 10 is because their food preparing, you will wait. See, if you're going to the dining area and you're going to have food there, just be prepared that you're gonna wait. Like, leave the room on time. Just like most of the times, I remember the second day we went for breakfast knowing that we were gonna go on the game drive. Guys, we went for breakfast. I think it was like, because the game drive is at 10, I think it was like 9:10 when we went for breakfast. By 10 o'clock, our food was not even prepared. It was not even ready. My guys, just eggs. But we noticed that they take their food very seriously. Like, they take their food preparing very seriously because everything is done to perfection. Also, they change the menu every single day. And they only print the menu once they're happy with what they're going to serve on that day. So like, for instance, if it's a Saturday in the morning, they print the breakfast menu just before they start prepping to say, oh, we've got 3 eggs, we've got this, we've got that, we've got that. We can make omelets for people or something like that. But yeah, that's the only thing I can fault them on, that they take their sweet time with preparing their food. But also, on the other hand, we were always late. We were always late, guys. So we were always like, can you just make the tea? Can you make that, you know? What else did I want to mention about this trip? Yeah, guys, that's about it. I don't think oh, this is the sweet touch that they bring. One, there's always a bedtime story on the day, on the night that you're going to bed. So your 10 down comes with this bedtime story. Also, your 10 down comes with a, they run a bath for you with petals, with like, you know, nice flowers, candles and everything. So yeah, that is a nice touch. And the bedtime story also comes with a reading of the weather for the following day, just to let you know the following day, this is how the weather is going to be. So you can prepare yourself, you know, if you want to go on a game drive or not, or when you're preparing your clothes for the following day, something like that. That for me was just like, yes, honey, yes. Give me all of that. But overall, yeah, that was nice. The town itself, because when we checked out, our flights were very late. Okay, mine was very late. My friend's flight was like at 3. So we checked out. Also, they don't rush you when you're checking out. I loved that for us because we were like, our guys, check out at 10. No, we want to leave at 11. And I think we left at like 12. We left at like 12, but like the town itself, there isn't much to do, hey. I've seen a lot of TikToks and people raving about Port Alfred. I don't know, when we got there was none of that. But the other thing that the lodge manager said is that Sundays, there's nothing happening. Maybe if we checked out on a Saturday and went to the town, that would have been like, you know, we would have been able to see what the town is like. Because on Sunday, everybody closes. Like, there's a few shops that are open. However, we managed to get one that was open and we had lunch there. The food was not bad as well. They also said that they close at 3. So it looks like it's one of those towns. So if you're going, be prepared. Maybe I'd say, oh, that's the other thing. My friend and I felt like we should have extended our stay with it by a day, and checked out on Monday. Honestly speaking, the 2 days was not enough. The 3 days, 2 nights, it wasn't enough, guys. It really was not. But yeah, comment down below if you've got any other questions regarding Oceania. I'll gladly answer them. I'm now going to answer a question that I get all the time. I hardly ever get it here, but every time I meet up with my friends or people that know me, they always ask me this question: where do you get the money to travel? Do you get paid to travel? And the answer is no. I don't. Okay, rather the answer is not yet. I don't get paid just yet. There are travel content creators that get paid to travel. For me, my following isn't that big. I have reached out to several lodges, hotels, and yeah, I haven't gotten a paid partnership, but I have gotten trade exchanges. So a trade exchange works in the way that basically I go to the lodge, I experience everything in exchange for content. So like other lodges will say, just do a reel or post on your social medias, and that's good enough. Others are, they just like, whatever, tell people about us. But I've had really, really great lodges that I've worked with that we did a trade exchange for. The only difference is that, the only problem is that I wasn't vlogging. Like, I hadn't started vlogging. Guys, I started my channel like in 2011, but I only started vlogging last year. I almost said yesterday. Because I was just, I was just scared of putting my life on social media. But yeah, I wish I had started a long time ago. I'd be very far by now. But yeah, that's just, it's life, honestly, at the end of the day. So yeah, 90% of the trips that you guys see me going to, 100% paid by myself and my husband. Literally 90% of the time. I am praying to God for more partnerships that are going to bring that ka-ching into my home. And yeah, the thing is that, guys, I love traveling. I really do. I love traveling. I love planning our travels, like at home. If Christmas is coming or Easter, I'm always the one that says, oh, where are we going? What are we doing? I love doing all of that. It's really, truly something that I enjoy. But one day it will bring me money. Right now, I'm doing it for the love of it. Yeah, like I said, I've worked with a lot of lodges that are amazing. Some approach me after I have went to the place. Let's say, for instance, I book a place and I go there, and then I start taking content, and then people start following the lodge's pages and engaging and asking about prices and stuff. And then the lodge will be like, oh, we have another lodge, guy, do you want to go there for a night, a free night, and then create your content in exchange for a free night? So I've had those, but it's not a lot. It is not a lot, honestly, but I would love to be paid to travel. I'd also just love to curate trips for people and get paid for it. So if there is a lodge out there that's willing to work with me, holla at your gal. My details are in the description below. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is it about my trip. I loved Oceania. Would I go back? Absolutely, yes. I actually feel like I want to go back with a man this time. So, man, please take me to Oceania. But yeah, if you've got any other questions, guys, please don't forget to Put them in the comments below. I will gladly answer you. If you are shy, you can DM me. Can you DM on YouTube? I don't know, child, but yeah, you can do that. But yeah, this is the end of the vlog. I think I have said everything that I needed to say. If I didn't, I'll put a slide after this. But thank you so much for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button, like this video, and yeah, I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments, but other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.